Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Future Stars on Hidayat TV. I'm Yosin Shah, and today, just to remind you of the topic, we're talking about sins and their effects. So talking about sins and what their consequences are and how we can even correct them and even stop them in the first place. So before the break, Mohsin was talking about a few things that still, we're still talking about Maryam, aren't we? Still talking about we mentioned about Hussein and Yusuf as well, but we're on the explanation of Maryam, her story that we just talked about. So just to remind everyone, what did Maryam do?
Maryam failed her grade 6 English test, and she asked the teacher to do a make-up test for it.
Yeah.
But at first the teacher said no because it was unfair on the other students. But then the teacher made a deal with Maryam, saying that if she got A's in her 4 tests, then he would forget about the other test and that he won't put it in the report card.
Yeah, and she did really well on those tests, didn't she?
Yeah.
And then the test that she failed wasn't written on her report card. So then what happened? We had an explanation about Maryam, the first explanation that we talked about, and so we said then, like Maryam, we should be ashamed of the things that are being written about us, the two angels that are on our shoulder, writing deeds. What are they writing? The good and
the bad deeds.
Yeah, writing our good and the bad deeds of what we do in our life. So when we get when they write something bad that we did, like Maryam, we should be ashamed, and we doesn't want that to be on our report card on the day of judgment, do we? We don't, do we? Yeah.
No.
So we need to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness, like Maryam went to the teacher. So we should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness, and then from that point do good things from that, so we can make our report card what?
Good.
Yeah, good. So we can make a report card good, and make a good impression to whoever's reading that report card. And in Day of Judgment, who will be reading that report card?
You.
Who?
Allah
subhanahu wa ta'ala, because He knows everything about you and He knows what happened. So and then what Mohsin was talking about then is that he mentioned a verse in the Quran as well about a book that will be given to you on the Day of Judgment, and that will be your report, like a report card, what you've done in your life, the good and bad things. And it's mentioned that if it gets in your right hand, you've got a good one, and if it goes in your left, you got a bad one. And then he mentioned another thing about what Imam Ali alayhi salam has said, saying that if you get your report card in your left hand, that you would think that you wish you never got a report card, because it went into your left hand. And the bad thing. So like Maryam, we should be ashamed of our report card and make sure that we get a good one, and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness, and then He will remove that from our report card so it can do better things in the future. So then Misbah, you've got the next thing. So can we start Misbah with loud salawat? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil farjhum.
Allah loves us so much. In the third story, Yusuf did not steal Hussein's money because he knew that Hussein actually cared for him. In the same way, we should realize that Allah cares for us a lot as well. Once the Holy Prophet ﷺ was walking with his companions when they saw a mother bird gently feeding its young ones. The bird had taken great efforts to collect worms and was placing them in the beaks of the babies with great affections and care. The companions remarked on how such a mother's love was for her young ones. At that time the Prophet said, "Shall I tell you of a love which is 70 times greater than of a mother? It is the love of Allah for His creatures. Even though humans sin and disobey Allah, He still loves them and gives them many chances to turn to the right path. if we understood that he loves us so much and loved him and moved on, we would not even think of sinning. Salawat.
Thank you, salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajil fajr. Thank you, Miss Beth. So what story does that go to? The last story that we talked about?
Hussein and Yusuf.
Hussein and Yusuf alayhi salam. Hussein and Yusuf, not alayhi salam, that was by accident. What was this story about Hussein and Yusuf? What was the story that spoke
Hussein
about?
was a really good friend to Yusuf. If Yusuf was sick, Hussein would visit him. If he needed help, Hussein would help him. But one day, Yusuf saw a wallet on the ground, and he picked it up and he realized it was Hussein's, and then and he had a £20 note in it. He really needed money for a new baseball bat, but he never took it from the wallet, and because he knew Hussein actually cared for him and decided to give it to him.
Yeah, and I like that it shows how we should act, shouldn't it? About Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He loves us so much, He gives us so much things, He gives us life, He gives us everything. And when it comes to that point when you either do Allah wrong or do Allah good, what should you do?
Do Allah good.
Yeah, do Allah good. So you do a good thing for Him, not a bad thing, because how many things He's given to you. It's like imagine if Yusuf in this story actually took the money, he would be doing Hussein wrong, wouldn't he? He would be doing his friend, he'll be robbing his friend. So it's a really bad thing, and his friend has done so much good things for him, but then suddenly Yusuf, he goes doing a wrong thing for Hussein, and that affects Hussein, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But if we do anything bad for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will feel sorry for us in most things. We won't affect Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala like imagine, because Hussein is human obviously, that if he loses his money he'll be feeling sad because he can't buy a few things. Maybe if he wanted to buy some stuff, he would feel sad, wouldn't he, that he can't buy it. But Allah will feel sorry for us, wouldn't He? At the most part, He will feel sorry for us that we've done this bad thing, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the end of the day has to punish us, doesn't He? Yeah, so it's like that type of example. If Yusuf actually took the money, he'll be doing Hussein wrong, Hussein actually helped him throughout his whole life, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a good thing that Yusuf gave the money back, and it'll be a good thing for us for when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us all of these good things, that we do the good thing for Allah. We do a good thing, so we don't do a bad thing for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We do a good thing. You understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I hope people at home as well have understand that as well. And we've given these examples of these short stories to make it a little bit easier for people to understand, isn't it? And do you think it is made it easier to understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do we usually do at the end of the show? A quiz. Okay. I've got true or false section where you either say it's true or false. Multiple choice where I say A, B or C. Yeah, and then I got a short answer questions. So, true or false? We shouldn't sin because our teachers are always watching us. Misra?
False.
False. Yeah, it's classed as false because what are the teachers?
Oh, they're not.
Because they're not watching us.
Yeah, I know. But should we actually doing that sin?
No.
No, in the first place. So, Missy, you got that point. What we shouldn't sin because Allah loves us so much. Misra?
True.
Yeah, it's true, because we don't want to do Allah wrong, do we? Yeah, because of how much He loves us. See, Allah is watchful over all things. Misra, Mohsin?
True.
Yeah, that is true. So, are you counting your points?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier to count them on your hand, okay? So just remember. 4. Put your hand down, Mohsin. The people who get their books of deeds in their left hand on the day of judgment would tell others to read the book. Mohsin? Misbah?
False.
Yeah, that is false. If everybody is committing a small sin such as being disrespectful to the speaker at masjid by chatting while he is talking, then it is alright to do the same. Mohsin?
False.
False, yeah, that's right. 6. We should always be willing to do things that please our friends. Mohsin?
False.
Yeah, false, because it depends on the situation, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if they want us to please to do good things, then it's a good thing, isn't it? That we should help them. But if it's to please them to do a bad thing, that is bad. So I get where most is coming from. So I get so you get that point. So it's the end of that round. So how many points have you got?
3.
3.
You both got 3.
Tied.
Okay. Now it's multiple choice. What will happen on the day of judgment to the people who get their book of deeds in their right hand? A. They will wish they got it in their left hands. B. They wish they never got it. C. They will be happy and tell others to read their book. Misbah?
B.
No, not B. Mohsin?
C.
Yes, C, that's right. So if they get it on their right hand, they'll be happy because like Allah said in the Quran, in the left hand would mean they got a bad report. In the right hand, they'll be happy because they got a good one. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah. After the companions of the Prophet ﷺ saw the great love of a mother bird had for her baby birds, what did the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, say to them? A. He told that Allah loves him 70 times more. B. He told them to reward the mother bird. C. He told them that the mother bird loves her baby birds 70 times more than they love their children. Misbah?
A.
Yeah, A, that's right. So now we're on the short answer questions. Okay, so this first question is, name 3 reasons why we shouldn't sin. Misbah? And if you can name 3 reasons, then 3 points. But if you can only name 1, I'll go to him and then he can name 1 and then back to, something like that. Okay?
We shouldn't do sins because it could hurt others, and
that's the first point to you. So we shouldn't do sins because it could hurt others.
we shouldn't do sins because we could feel ashamed of doing them ourselves.
Kind of, but it doesn't actually explain it, does it, Miss Bell? I'll come back to you if you only can get one, Mohsin.
We shouldn't do sins because it'll hurt others. That's one. And we should.
Yes, you already got the point for that. So.
We shouldn't do sins because it'll make our soul more blacker, and it'll be much harder not to sin.
Yes, so that's 1 point to go to you now. So can you name another one? Miss Bell, can you have you got one? Okay, Mohsin.
And we shouldn't do sin because it's not affecting Allah, but it's affecting you.
Yes,
that's like
kind
same
of.
as the other one though.
Kind of. Miss Bell, if you can say one, you'll get the point.
We shouldn't do sins because
I got it.
Hadi man.
I know.
Come on. Could be.
I know.
Okay, 5 more seconds.
Hadi.
I know one.
5, 4.
Because if we do sins, we are off. Wait.
I know one.
Alright, go on, Mohsin.
Yeah, but we shouldn't do sins because if we carry on doing sins, if we carry on doing things, and then on the day of judgment, then when you've been given your book, you'll feel regretful, and then you'll go to hell.
Okay, I'll give you that point. So then how many points have you both
I've
got
got
now?
5.
You got 5. Mohsin,
6.
you got 6.
One.
Okay, here we got the last question. So Misbah, try to get a tie with this.
Get this.
Yeah. Okay. Jawad's friends are known as the cool guys in school. They are always good in studies and sports. However, they are very rude and use many swear words when conversing with their friends. Jawad uses the same language when he is around them and sometimes around his Muslim friends too, but he is careful not to do it around his adults. He is doing the right. Is he doing the right thing? What could he do to keep his friends with compromising his values? Misbah?
He's not doing the right thing, and he could. Can you repeat that last bit?
Alright, I'll repeat the last bit. What could he do to keep his friends without stopping his values, like keeping the way he is as a Muslim, and not to lose his friends? So what can he teach his friends?
Not to swear and not to do say bad words.
Yeah, and not to do bad things while this is
While he's around.
yeah. So and so then at the end of today's quiz, you are in joint first place. Both of you, Mohsin and Misbah, in joint first place, and I hope people at home as well could answer a few of those questions. I could get a few of those questions right as well, and learnt a lot from today's topic. And I hope you understood by the examples that we gave of the 3 stories that we talked about today. Did you learn anything today?
Yeah.
And I hope you people at home as well learn a few things as well. So we'll see you next week with part 3 of Sins and Their Effects on Hidayat TV. But until then, good Hafiz.